And the big breaking news story today, at least 40 people have been killed and around 140 have been injured in a bomb blast in Afghanistan's capital city of Kabul. The bomb was hidden in an ambulance at a police checkpoint, and the blast site lies near foreign embassies and government buildings. The Taliban has claimed responsibility for the blast a week after it claimed an attack on the Intercontinental Hotel in Kabul, in which more than 20 people were killed. And we're being joined by our correspondent in Amman. So what we have learned right now is that at least 40 people have been killed in an attack in Kabul, in a busy street near the foreign embassies. And this is the third attack that has happened just this month, two of which have been claimed by the Taliban and one by the Islamic State. And so far, the death toll is at 40. It quickly rose from 17, and more than 110 people have been injured. Right now, we're being joined by Dr. WION, who's a Middle East expert. Sir, I would like to ask you if you can just bring us up to speed on what has happened in Kabul.
Well, actually, this bomb blast was kept inside an ambulance where the car could sneak from the police checking point in a highly secure area. And the moment they detonated the bomb near a former ministry building in Kabul, which is a very highly security zone, and as you've given the figure, I think the ministry also is confirming to us that the figure could rise more because it was a very huge bomb blast, and the bomb kept, it seems to be, from the highly detonating devices. So we are expecting more, and this comes only second after the Kabul attack on the Intercontinental, which shows there is no highly secure area anymore in Kabul if such kind of a devastated bomb can take place.
And we're also being joined by Daniel Pagani, who's our correspondent in Amman. Daniel, I would like to ask you, what is the latest that we know on this attack?
The latest that we know about this attack is that all the severely injured people are being carried in the emergency clinic. The emergency clinic is a hospital which has been in Kabul for more than 2 decades. It's nearly 1 mile, so less than 2 kilometers, 1.6 kilometers from the former Ministry of Interior, which is where the blast happened. Staff in the emergency hospital defined this a massacre. Obviously, even though I tried to reach them, it's impossible to talk to them. They're in an emergency situation. At least confirmed now there are at least 40 people who died. Unfortunately, this number is definitely going to increase, more than 100 people injured. Taliban have claimed the attack. It seems very much now that Kabul has become the target of the insurgency. In the last months, we have repeatedly seen
And we're going to move back to Mr. Awad. I would like to ask you that this is the third such blast in recent weeks. What does it say about the Taliban surge in Afghanistan?
Well, I think that is a very clear indication that the Taliban are going into the offensive, and they are not willing to go for any kind of a compromise with the government. And especially there are different forces now within the Afghanistan taking place. We don't know really, is it the Taliban? Is it Haqqani network? Is it some other group like the ISIS? Active now in many areas. So there is a time now for all the international community again to refocus on the strategy toward Afghanistan, especially with this kind of heinous crime against civilians. And I think that's the message we should all say it out.
Absolutely, sir. And just expanding off of that last point, terror groups are striking at will in the heart of Kabul. Doesn't this once again show how U.S. forces are not being able to control the situation at all?
Well, the U.S. is not going to control any of the situation. In fact, the U.S. have already moved its compact forces. Only with 11,000 U.S. troops there, they are going to increase the number. The number of the troop does not, unless and until there are people within the Afghan community can coordinate with the intelligence, with the national security apparatus in their own country to help counter this insurgency movement. Otherwise, the U.S. is only now taking military bases and will go only a certain kind of attack. Therefore, it is left for the Afghani people to take care of their own security. And highly secure area in Kabul, 3 bombs within a short span of time, that's a clear indication that the failure of the security apparatus on its own to deal, even with the international assistance, to deal with such kind of catastrophe.
Absolutely. Thank you, sir. And we're again being joined by our correspondent in Amman, Daniel Pagani. Daniel, I would like to ask you if you can talk about what could Afghanistan possibly be doing to up their security, because this is the 3rd attack in just over 3 weeks, first by the Islamic State, which was at a busy market, and then 2 in areas where foreigners and embassies are located. So if you could please elaborate on that.
There are a few problems when it comes to the Afghan security. Certainly corruption is a huge enemy of the Afghan security. Several generals in the last 1 year have been arrested